Okay, the time is 11:21 Pacific time zone. It's Port Townsend. It's about 47 degrees. It's nice out. It's really warm. In my opinion, that's warm. And what else can we talk about that's allowed? The time, location, time zone. Oh, the date. It's like the 30th, right? 31st? And my memory recall is really bad, but it's not as bad as I sometimes believe it is. I'll put up evidence to that because I went to film and I thought, oh, I just can't remember. Like with my English vernacular, that has been demonstrated is a problem. I can't recall my own native tongue, but yeah, that's when you know you've been traumatized to the nil. For prolonged going on and on here. So until it stops, I'm just not going to be able to rest, relax, and get back the English vernacular. Nope. And I was already pretty street, I know. And Jesus said that, street is key. Does anyone remember that back in 2017? He said, street is key. Street. In 2018, street is key. I didn't realize how street I was. No, but as I get older and you know, you do this for like 6 years, 7, 8, 9 years. I've been doing this for so long, counterterrorism. I realized, because you're in that world, right? Around these really professional people. I realized how street I was. I would have been a great vice agent, but no, I'm not an agent because they know my background. You can't put me in that. Dude, I can't do that. No, but I would have been a great one. No one would have ever thought I wasn't street, dude. No, but so this is just basic. I am a lot street. Yes, and I talk funny, but anyways, back to the beginning. I'll put up both videos. So what I was saying in the intro here, I'll put up both because I thought, oh, I don't remember the time. I just can't remember it. And I was right. I think I filmed it was 11, and I said I double guessed it. And I said, no, it's not 11. And I had to confirm, right? Well, it was 11:21. So my memory is numbers. I'm able to remember those, but I have to count on all my fingers. I can't remember how to spell anything with written, which is my hobby. Love to write. It's innate for me. It's part of my creation to communicate. I love to talk to people. You know, I'm a social person. So being unable to speak the English vernacular is horrible. But it started happening. Yeah, it got really bad once they killed that woman in the Capitol. That I was in that house. Yeah. So, and now going back to the point at hand, I was discussing was street is key. Yeah. So I'm pretty street, which is just evidence to what I mean, dude. I was fully and utterly rejected by these relatives I had. I don't know any of them on legal record. Facts are facts. I'm not a very good star key witness here. I don't fucking know anybody. I still don't fucking know anything. No. So I'm not somebody that an agent, you know, a real professional, like not a street key vice agent like me. Street is key. But one of the investigating agents, you know, would want to ask questions to because they'd already know she doesn't fucking know anything. They'd just be, I guess, keeping me in the radar. And come back. So here we are. Look where I am. I'm back in my park. It's 47 or 50 degrees and it feels really warm to me. I love the tepid weather here. It is really nice. You can hear the birds. I was able to get out, and I don't know whether to put in the headline these two things. That I finally got out of the compound. Oh no, I mean the house. I finally got out of the house for the first time since QFC when I went to that place. There's links to the house. Or do I put in that my mother's spouse has slept for 3 hours, only 3 hours since the 29th. And it's what, the 30th, the 31st? It's been 2 days. I'll get the calendar and do my dates correctly again. It's a constant. The no sleeping there is been since I came, but I can't talk about anything. And I'm allowed to say it now, just this once. That while we were calling cops, making appointments for cops, and bringing cops to their house, everything that happened, that individual, the male who was married to my mother, had not slept at all. And then I witnessed the male finally sleep after like 2 days. I noticed, I was watching it all, I was never gonna talk about it. He went to sleep for like 3 hours, but I went up and down and got pizza, and that alarm going kink, kink, kink. It's a really loud alarm. I don't know how you're sleeping through that, but I don't stay up late, so I went to bed at 11, so I assume he slept. But see, the thing is, I can finally say it now. He works a graveyard shift, and there's a lot to that, but I can't talk about it. And so he left the house around 1:30. He wakes up at like 1 in the morning and bails out by 1:30 off in the dark in these woods. It's pitch fucking black. I can say a lot, but I'm not allowed. And so the dude slept for 3 hours, if that, hasn't slept yet, and is back calling cops. And is back on the phone and doing all sorts of shit. It was so bad. Jesus said, go to the park, just go to the park. This is so fabricated. This is such bullshit. Get out of the house. In fact, he was just huge, go. All caps, squared, beyond cosmos and back. Get the fuck out of the house. So I'm so glad. I mean, and you know what? When I went to the bathroom, because I had to race to the bathroom, you know what that means, before I left, he almost confronted me coming out of his room again in the dark. And he stopped, and I'm glad, because I'm not trying to get into it with anyone. I'm just trying to use the bathroom. And all I could think was, why don't you get some fucking sleep? Try that on for size. Okay? And then call your cops. Have your little summit when you've slept, man. All right, so, but we're going on 2, 3, 4 days, no sleep. I see it all the time. I am not allowed to talk about it, not at all. Okay, I want to be silent here because in my 9 years, I've learned what the Medal of Honor is all about. And it's not just from the Outpost movie, which is an excellent movie to reference. And it's cinema, so people can really look and learn. You don't have to read a whole bunch of boring stuff like history books. But this is huge. Whose Medal of Honor? I want to know who Mr. Smith is. There's a Medal of Honor in this city. The Civil War people was serious business. I always known that. Let me be silent. Okay. This is really cool. Usually, Medal of Honor, they give their lives, all right? I'm not trying to give mine, and nobody is, all right? And I'm certainly not trying to give my life to these honky-tonk relatives who I don't fucking know in the first place. In legal testimony, I couldn't even fucking go to the stand. No, I know that. I did 4 years of nonstop college because of math. Everybody knows street is key. I had no math. I had 6th grade education with math, and I am now statistical math. I'm very proud of that. I can film where I sit. This is where I sit. But I went to college since I was 21. I've been wandering campuses. I'd love to tell someone that. It's just fun to chat about. I've literally never left a campus. I would take classes and then drop out. It was okay. I didn't affect my GPA. I just kept going. It was a place to be. And I wasn't trying to work the system and get money. No, I just loved being there. And so I got it in my head, I'm going to get a PhD. I'm going to get a law degree. But it really wasn't for me because my passion the whole time is culinary. And you can tell if you knew me, what I mean. Like, no, I'm crazy for cooking. And the people would say, why don't you own a restaurant? Do you own a restaurant? Are you a chef somewhere? And if you said, no, I'm practicing law at this place, they would be so fucking head fucked. They wouldn't even know what the fuck what planet they were on, because it's not reality. The reality is I'm actually created to really love to cook, and it's not this high esteemed position as a doctor or a lawyer, but I didn't have any relatives to have to live up to that high esteem for. I didn't have any family telling me go to college and be a lawyer. No, I didn't. Street is key. So I'm really not a good witness for these folks that I'm related to. I really don't know nothing about them. And that's what pisses me off, is they all talk so much shit about me and keep calling cops on me. It's just flat wrong. So that's why Jesus said, just get the fuck out of there, man. And I never can leave. I went to QFC and could not go out since then. I think everyone remembers I said Putin was defeated. When they got to the top of the hill, well, that's where the QFC is. Right by that stupid hospital, which is really janky, really corrupted, and I was an eyewitness to that. I've been an eyewitness to that. So I know what I'm dealing with here. As far as Jesus says, he doesn't want me talking about the Port Townsend Police Department at all. It's forbidden. But I am not to take the badge off of my Facebook, because I've been wanting to, of course. Nope, it's not allowed. So it's there. If there's any good cops in this town, Jesus knows it, and he's not letting me take the badge down. I'd rather put something else up right now with how much people keep coming to my relatives' property. It's really irking me out. And speaking of that, no, these people I'm related to are not going to demoralize me anymore. Tell me I'm a hobo, that I didn't acquire statistical math after being kicked to the curb at 12 years old and having a 6th grade education. You're just not going to have your fun and your good times anymore with my life, okay? As much as I can control it, which is hard because I've got despots after my ass because I witnessed some of their atrocities in the capital, Washington, D.C. I witnessed 6 years of that shit, combat, armed conflict, all the way with helicopters and everything. I'll talk about it later. So they're making it really difficult for me, these individuals from Saudi Arabia, these scumbags from Fox News that think they're running the Pentagon and stuff. They're making it really hard for me, okay? But what I can control is I do have legal rights. Since everybody wants to play the jurisprudence game still, I mean, they're doing the most atrocious treason, capital crimes, and then they're still trying to play the U.S. jurisprudence. It makes no sense at all. It makes about as much sense as me saying I'm a lawyer practicing at so-and-so firm when you thought I was a chef, and you could have sworn I was a chef because all she talks about is tofu and wontons. Right. No, it doesn't make any sense. It's completely insane. So don't worry, I'm not getting a law degree. But I am really smart, and I wanted to prove this, okay? I'm freaking really high IQ, yeah, but I am not, just because you're super smart, supposed to go and be a freaking rocket scientist. Maybe I am smart enough to be a rocket scientist, but it's honestly not what God wants. All right, so I had to figure that out. Okay, so I did. But the point is, the fact they're using jurisprudence, whether just blatantly trying to attack their government, blatantly trying to attack their people and country. Okay, so, all right, you want to keep playing that game. I have legal rights. And, you know, I did go to college. And, yeah, I do know how to use my legal rights. So you go ahead, keep demoralizing me. Keep treating me like a hobo. Enjoy the fact that I'm always all alone. Make sure you use that for your benefit, because you will, the type of folks you are. I'm talking about Trump, the Pentagon, Biden, my relatives. They're all the same, okay? It takes a certain real lovely type of person to do that, and they're all doing it. You keep me really feeling like shit about myself, folks. You keep doing that, telling me I'm useless, I'm worthless, I don't work, I'm a piece of crap, I'm always alone, I'm unmarried, I'm fat. I've heard it all since I came back. Oh, I'm old, all that. Okay, so you keep telling me that. You keep opening your mouth, ramming your positive affirmations in my fucking ears. And I'm going to use your jurisprudence, and I have some rights. And all I kept saying and putting in writing is give me 4 months, give me 6 months. And that's what I've been doing. I've been saving my money. I'm still making my target date. And I'm going to use my legal rights, and I'm going to leave on my target date, which is 4 to 6 months. And there's nothing these folks can do about it. Okay? And as far as Jesus says, just get the fuck out of there. You got somebody who don't sleep for 3 days straight. And you know it, you're watching this, but you're doing what Jesus says, and you're never, ever, ever talking about it, except this one time. It's constant, dude. 3, 4, 2 days straight, no sleep. And calling the cops, being the cops. I'm done, okay? It's so fabricated, just no more, all right? I'm going to leave on my project target date, 4 to 6 months. It's my legal rights to leave then. There's nothing you can do about it. If you want to challenge that, be my guest. I do have plans for that. I have plans for you to stay up all day, stay up all night. 2 days later, still staying up, still ain't slept, still running around 3 days, no sleep, and thinking you're going to challenge that. Okay? Because you love the jurisprudence so much. So please don't sleep, stay up, and let's do it. All right. So, and then what I plan to do is get my driver's license back because it expired. It's a simple expiration of my driver's license. I need my DL. I'm just hitting the road, folks. I'm getting the fuck out of here where I belong, back to the East Coast, okay? I mean, how many times can a person say it and do it? So write it, talk it. Everyone knows that's what I'm doing, okay? So you want to displace me, demoralize me, terrify me while you're running around with no sleep. Go ahead to a certain point. Jesus said, just get the fuck out of here, dude. Let him call his cops and sit on his phone. And when I was in the bathroom, I was like, maybe he'll fucking sleep at some point, man. And then I just left, okay? But as far as everything I've witnessed, which is massive, 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 I can't talk about it. That's why we're just here at the graveyard talking about silly stuff, which is fine. I'm so fucking glad to be here. And no, somebody who's gone through what I've gone through should not be this destitute, this in abject poverty. I keep writing that. I think the world has learned these words. Destitute. Abject poverty. What I've got is folks making sure I stay that way. No, it's a crime of the century. I mean, at least I have some college education and I have all this culinary experience, and no matter what, I just can't get a job. And then they run their mouths. This whole crowd, it's not just the relatives telling me I'm worthless, I don't work, I'm insane, I can't do anything, I must be arrested. I'm so fucking tired of this. And then they're trying to put me on the streets every fucking day, bringing cops saying I'm a mental case, and they've got to come help me and give me, what is this, cuckoo clock fucking pamphlets for people who can't fucking wipe their ass, people who really do need social programs that really are, unable to care for themselves. I'm certainly not that. And I'm glad I'm not, and I'm grateful. But stop giving me these pamphlets and having conversations like that about me, man. I've had enough. And you know what? For the 100th time, get some sleep. Three hours in 3 days is not sleep. Okay, so, yeah, I'll remember Port Townsend. I'll remember what fun it was here, how I could never do anything here except go to this park, but I'm really grateful for this park. And then I will just go from that room straight to a rental car, get my driver's license, and the fuck out of here, man. Back to the city, back to Boston. That's where I'm going. Hello, Boston. I know you know I belong there. I know I do too. So I'm going to end it with that. This is really pretty. The Medal of Honor is there. And we'll spend some more time while I'm here. It's 4 to 6 months. They're not displacing me, people. It's such a crock of crap. They wish they could. They would love it. There are legal rights. I'm going to have to use them because they're such tyrants. You can't fucking talk to them. They don't sleep in there. All right, there's the Medal of Honor. Bye.